Coming up on UT 10 News, we'll look into a stabbing that happened close to campus.
And I'll be investigating how campus is handling the recent snowfall.
And I caught up with the UT Club wrestling team. Plus, Nadine Armouche has highlights from matchups against the Spartans and the Titans. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Rosendale.
And I'm Gina Todd.
A stabbing just 1 mile from campus sent a suspect to the hospital and to jail.
The attempted robbery didn't go exactly as he had planned. Natasha Gordon has the details on what happened. Natasha?
Well, Gina, on January 31st, 2 men forced their way into a house on Roosevelt Avenue. When the 2 suspects asked to speak with one of the residents, they forced the door open and began fighting with the resident.
At the point where the suspect grabbed a weapon is the point where, you know, the victim there felt like he had to defend himself.
The victim used a knife to stab one of the men in the head before the 2 suspects fled from the scene. TPD's K-9 unit led the officers to a blood trail leading to Longview and Sedna, where police tracked down one of the burglars. The suspect was then transported and admitted to UTMC for medical treatment. Alonzo D. Lewis has been detained and will be charged with aggravated burglary. He could serve up to 10 years in jail. The other suspect is still unknown and at large. If you have any information about this person, please call Crime Stoppers at 419-255-1111. I'm Natasha Gordon, live from the UT 10 newsroom.
Thanks, Natasha. Toledo is currently at 67 inches of snow for this winter, making it the 3rd snowiest winter so far. Reporter Cody Wright looked into how the weather has been affecting campus.
The snow has been falling and so have the temperatures. UT employees have been out night and day battling the winter snow. With the snowfall shattering the January 1978 record, the Grounds and Offsite Facilities Department has had to exceed their budget attempting to keep campus open.
For our labor, we are 200% over our budget, and our material, we are 150% over our budget to date.
Students seem to think that the overspending is justified because this winter has been so bad.
I mean, honestly, I don't think they really have a choice doing what they have to do to keep things like safe for students and like staff to be able to get to where they need to go.
If you see an area on campus that badly needs plowed, you can call the Work Control Dispatcher 24/7. I'm Cody Wright for UT 10 News.
This winter has brought more than snow to Toledo. Potholes have been popping up all around UT. Some of the worst potholes are located on Douglas near the rec center. The city has set aside $6 million to fix the potholes. Currently, there are 15 to 30 crews working to resolve the issue, but the harsh winter is making it difficult.
The biggest issue is that they keep cropping up. In other words, we'll get some filled. There's traffic that goes on them again. It snows, the cold temperatures come again, and new ones open up.
The temporary technique of cold patching will continue to be used until the weather warms up. Provost Scott Scarborough's Imagine 2017 plan has brought back the College of Education. His plan cut ties with the Health Science and Human Services colleges, and now he has named a new dean. Dr. Penny Poplin Gosetti says the college will focus on students' different learning speeds, knowledge expertise, and applying their training to the real world.
And the goal then is about that you learned it, not about did you learn it in this time frame.
Gosetti adds the college plans on having more student teaching and real classroom experience before junior and senior year.
On Friday, 103 companies took part in the College of Business and Innovation's 13th annual job fair. Major corporations such as Coca-Cola, Marathon, and Chrysler were looking for future employees and interns. More than 85% of UT business majors participated in the event.
I think the job fair is the most beneficial thing you can take to your advantage as a student. You're looking for new opportunities, meeting all types of people, and you're just making new relationships for your future.
UT's business graduates have an 80% job placement rate. UT kicked off Black History Month with an award-winning author and journalist.
On Saturday, Yanick Lamb spoke to students about how media and society view black culture.
We're in a much better place than we were when Black History Month started, for sure, but I think we still have a long way to go, and I think the future is bright with some of the young people that I've seen.
The planning committee has set up 7 events for the next 3 weeks. Other events include the annual Black Student Union fashion show and a showing of the movie The Butler. To find out more about the events, you can visit ut10news.com. I'm Guy Matthews IV with UT10 News.
I'm Nadina Armouche, and this is your UT10 Sports. While the men's and women's basketball teams were on the road, the women's tennis team was busy right here in town. But first, let's head over to the pool where the women's swimming and diving team left Michigan State in their wake at the rec center on Saturday. After a convincing win against Akron last weekend, the women hoped their winning streak would continue as they approached their last home meet of the season. On the 100-meter butterfly, Beth Rogers led the Rockets in first place, beating the Spartans by just over a second with a time of 57.08. Up next, here's junior Allison Belcher in 3-meter diving. This one looked pretty good, but she took second place to the Spartans' Madeline Sewell. The Rockets won 10 of 13 events, defeating Michigan State with a score of 148-94. But they weren't done just yet. To top off the day, the Rockets also beat the pool record in the 800-meter freestyle by a solid 2 seconds. The Rockets will swim in the 2014 MAC Championships on February 27.
At this point of the year, we have less than 3 weeks until conference, and so we want to be swimming fast right now, and they did a great job of, I guess, being at their best.
Now let's swing on over to the Shadow Valley Tennis Club, where the women's tennis team faced the Detroit Titans on Sunday. Coming into the weekend with a 3-2 record, the women hope to put another notch in the win column. In doubles, the duo of Caitlin Wen and Pia Rai battled tough, but their return just wasn't strong enough to beat the Titans, and they lost 4-6. Playing in the singles, we have once again Wen against Detroit's Victoria Leskatova. Both players rallied to win 1 set each and came down to a tiebreaker. Wen fought a long and hard battle but broke under pressure, giving the win to the Titans. The Rockets played a tough game but lost with an overall score of 2-5.
Overall, I see improvement, and we're in a much better place right now than we were, last year at this point. So we're really positive about where we're going.
The men and women's basketball teams were on the road over the weekend. The men took a trip to Indiana to face the Ball State Cardinals, while the women went down to Kent State to tip off against the Golden Flashes. Fighting a hard battle on Saturday, the men's team scored their 20th victory against the Cardinals and won by a solid 7 points. Ryan Pearson led the team with an impressive 20 points, and Juice Brown wasn't far behind at 18. The women played Sunday at Kent State, and 5 players scored in double digits. Kent State was no match for the Rockets' Elena De Alfredo and Anna Capitosto, both making 3 3-pointers. Toledo destroyed the Golden Flashes by almost 30 points and are now in second place in the MAC West. With the basketball teams out of town, UT's club wrestling team took the spotlight on Saturday at the Rec. Reporter Samantha Muirhead caught up with the team as they hosted the Glass City Duels.
Since its beginnings in 1997, club wrestling has competed nationally and has had 11 All-American wrestlers on the team. Founder Bryan Knepper tells us how the team impacts students.
To have something like collegiate wrestling, to actually go through 4 years and stick it out, shows that you have dedication and the motivation to stick through anything.
Because club sports have little funding from the university, attending tournaments and securing practice space can be difficult, but club president R.J. Breisacher says his leadership and teammates' dedication has helped to overcome this challenge.
And in the last year, we've completely turned the team around, and like say, we beat Pittsburgh and Michigan and Notre Dame.
The UT Club Wrestling team will compete in the Great Lakes Conference Championship on March 1st to wrap up their 2013-2014 season. I'm Samantha Muirhead for UT10 News.
Also, basketball player Justin Drummond was arrested on Saturday night for a DUI and has been suspended for Wednesday's game against Ohio.
That's a big loss for the Rockets with a lot on the line against the Bobcats. When does Justin return?
The Rockets' leading scorer should be back for Saturday's game against Eastern Michigan.
Thanks, Nadine. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscasts on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Gina Todd, Nadine Armouche, and all of our crew, I'm Kristen Rosendale. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.